Republicans and Democrats are more like divorced parents who are just trying to get the kids to hate the other one instead of their own well-being. This is kind of a joke, but it's what we see in our society today, I believe. There's so much angst, right? There's so much turmoil and so much bickering and fighting and hatred when we talk about politics. So why do I want to talk about politics today? I think it's time we put things in perspective. Now, I want to start off and say I'm not the most political person, not until probably the last 5 or 6 years. I didn't pay that much more attention to it. I love my sports. I could argue about sports all day long. But politics, I've understood the importance. I've understood how critical it is, and especially the privilege and the right that we have as Americans that we can vote for our officials and have our president and our Congress and our House and our mayor and our governor, people that we want to have our values and so forth. But we need to take this a little less further whether we're doing it, because what we're doing, whether it's in person, whether it's on social media, whether it's email or talking to somebody on the phone, we're being so hateful. We're being so condemning toward the other person just because we don't agree with their opinion. Now, I have my opinion on politics. There are things about the current and past presidents I like and things I don't like. And yes, I wouldn't consider myself a Republican or a Democrat. There's things I favor on both sides. As a Christian, my allegiance is to God, and that's all. And so I want us to look at today is just understand where politics really is in our lives. And the main thing, if there's anything else I want you to get out of this video today, is think about, unless you're a full-time politician or that's your full life in politics, think about the last time an elected official, especially a higher up, whether it's a president or a governor or somebody like that, when they were elected, that it actually affected your life negatively, badly. And what I mean by this is we put so much angst in it. We have every right to vote. That's a great privilege. We have every right to march, to protest. If you don't agree with something, we can write our congressman. We can write and we can have discussions. But after that is done, our right is done. We have to wait to the next one instead of putting so much tension and so much fear and so much hatred out there. And when you're arguing about politics with somebody, nobody wins an argument. Some side always loses or both sides lose. And so just remember, I know these things that are important. I know we're talking about immigration, we're talking about jobs, we're talking about the economy, global warming, all of this, these things that are so important. But understand, how is it really affecting your life? I want to read scripture, and this is from Romans 13, 1 through 7. And this is the Apostle Paul writing back to the church in Rome, where he goes, "Everyone must submit himself to the governing authorities, for there is no authority except which God has established. The authorities that exist have been established by God. Consequently, he who rebels against the authority is rebelling against what God has instituted, and those who do so will bring judgment on themselves. For rulers hold no terror for those who do right, for those who do wrong. Do you want to be free from fear of the one in authority? Then do what is right, and he will commend you, for he is God's servant to you to do you good. But if you do wrong, be afraid, for he does not bear the sword for nothing. He is God's servant, an agent of wrath to bring punishment on the wrongdoer. Therefore, it is necessary to submit to the authorities, not only because of the possible punishment, but also because of the consequence. This is also why you pay taxes, for the authorities of God's servants who give their full time to governing. Give everyone what you owe him. If you owe taxes, pay taxes. If revenue, then revenue. If respect, then respect. If honor, then honor." And we have no idea. Paul's talking about the Romans who crucified Christians, who had these terrible things that they were doing to the Jewish people and all those around them. Yet we're so fearful of a government that isn't harming us, like other countries where we're talking about North Korea or other communist countries. So just put things in perspective today. Take what Bob Goff has to say about this. Author Bob Goff says, "Burning down others' opinions doesn't make us right. It makes us arsonists." I ask you today, take your right and vote, but then let's have civil understanding, listening to each other, and putting each other's opinions on par with the others. But let's do this with respect. Have a great day.